And so, the plot thickens. Hey guys, the Black Critic Guy is super stoked to talk about and review the second episode of the new anime series Boku Dake ga Inai Machi, or Stolen in English. And I gotta say, I really enjoyed the second episode a lot. It did a great job at setting the foundation of what this series is going to be throughout. And I literally cannot wait to see more. Now, before I begin this review, huge spoiler warning to anyone who has yet to see the first episode of Stolen. If you haven't seen the first episode yet and don't want anything ruined for you, do not, I repeat, do not watch this episode review, as I'm going to talk about the major event / reveal that happens at the end of episode 1. You got it? You good? You don't care? Okay, well, let's move on then. So at the end of episode 1, Satoru discovers that his mother has been murdered in cold blood, and he's sort of framed for her murder as the police are about to talk to him, but in a state of shock and panic, he runs away and gets sent back to 1988, which totally freaks him out and freaks us out, as it was just established that his revival ability can only send him back 1 or 5 minutes. It can't send him back decades, but now here we are in 1988. So at the start of episode 2, Satoru is in total disbelief. There's no way I'm back in 1988. This must be all a dream. My powers are not capable of sending me back decades. But it does turn out to be true. He's back in 1988, he sees his friends, he sees his classroom, he sees his mother alive and well, and at this point he realizes, so I must figure out how to fix the timeline starting from this point onward 30 years from now and see if I can prevent my mom from dying. All the while also forming a really cute relationship and friendship with the girl that disappeared 30 years ago that we saw in the first episode, and her name is Hinazuki. This anime is 2 for 2 because once again, completely sucked into this episode, guys. I could not take my eyes away from the screen. I was fully invested in what was going on, the story, the characters, and its beautiful animation. And I beat myself over the head for not bringing that up in the first episode, because the animation done by A1 Pictures is stellar. This is really good animation, and it's sort of a mix between like a realistic style in anime to the anime style of anime, like a really cutesy and over the top exaggerated faces, but it also has a sort of realism look to the characters. There's this one scene where you see like a beach, an island and a beach. Oh my god, that water looked breathtaking. Great job on the animation, A1 Pictures. And if the animation continues to be this excellent, it might just be some of the best animation I've seen in 2016. The story is still engaging and enthralling to watch, and does an excellent job at keeping the mystery element alive, as you don't really know what the main story is just yet. You don't know why Satoru was sent back to 1988. What does he have to do in 1988 to prevent his mother's death 30 years later? And a lot of you I know will probably say, well, of course he has to form a relationship with Hinazuki and prevent her from disappearing. That's why he was sent back. But not really. I mean, it's sort of hinted that Satoru had a very strained relationship with his mother. He wasn't really close with her, and he doesn't even remember small moments or even happy moments that he spent with his mother. This is hinted in this episode and in the first episode as well. So maybe he's supposed to form a stronger relationship with his mother. Maybe he's supposed to rekindle something that was lost in the past. You know, it could be that, or it could be, you know, Hinazuki does play a major role. We don't know. And talk about a big tease, as in one scene they briefly show this mystery character sitting near a river holding an airplane, and I'm like, who is that? Who's that character? What does that character have to do with the story? Of course, the character will play a role later on, but it just had me like, oh, I want to know. And most of the characters introduced in this episode were rather entertaining, especially Satoru's childhood friends. I had a hoot watching these characters. We don't really know much about them besides their names and the fact that they all like playing video games. Like, they talk about playing on the Famicom, which is what the Nintendo was called in the late 80s in Japan, and when they brought it to the United States, they just called it the Nintendo Entertainment System. But in Japan, it was the Famicom. They talk talk about playing Dragon Quest and the Final Fantasy, you know, things that kids would talk about during that era. You know, what is the most entertaining thing to talk about? Video games, TV shows, and that's what they talked about, and they bond really well. There's this one guy in the group called Kazu, I believe is his name, and he's kind of very intrusive. He's trying to push Satoru to go talk to Hinazuki, you know, hey, get with that girl, man. He was a very entertaining character, and I think out of all the friends in that group, he was the second one that really stood out. There was another guy, I don't really remember his name, he has gray hair. I don't know why I didn't look up his name. I'll probably put it right here. But it's kind of hinted that he has a really close relationship with Satoru, and I would love to see this character play a bigger role in later episodes. I want to see him more. He's pretty cool. But there were two things that happened in this episode that were excellently done. The first one, and you might think of it as insignificant, but I thought it was really well done, was when Satoru sees his mother alive and well again. You see the look in his eyes. He's just so happy to see her standing and saying, I'm home. He's like, you're still here, you're alive. It just really touched my heart seeing him. He just was so happy to see his mother again. Because remember, he just saw his mother dead in his house maybe just a couple hours ago, and now here she is standing up, greeting him and saying hello. I mean, I would be happy too. I'd be like, I thought I lost you, but you're still here. And you know, they have a little dinner. It's a really small moment, but it spoke volumes to me. And the second best thing in this episode, and I'm pretty sure you all will agree with me on this, is the blooming relationship between Satoru and Hinazuki. Not only is it so well done, but it's freaking adorable, guys. I instantly felt a connection between them the moment that these two met, even though they both didn't really feel that connection at first, because Hinazuki was very dismissive of Satoru. She's like, you're fake, I don't really want to talk to you, whatever, just leave me alone, I don't want to be friends with you. But you see Satoru consistently trying to be her friend. You know, he's very persistent about it. And then there was this really great moment at a park or a playground, whatever it was, where these two are just conversating, and at this moment Hinazuki realizes that she actually found a friend in Satoru. Like, it was just a really touching moment. That was really well done. Really, really well done. And I cannot wait to see where their relationship will go in this series. Will it turn into a romantic one? I hope so. They look like they could form a romantic relationship, although it is kind of weird. And he mentions it too, because, you know, although he is a 10-year-old, he has the mind of a 29-year-old. So it's kind of weird to want to romance a 10-year-old girl. It's just kind of disgusting. But, I mean, he still has the mind and body of a 10-year-old, although he's from the future. So it's not that, it's blurred lines is how I'm gonna describe it. You got the blurred lines. I know you want it. I know you. Okay, no, never mind. Don't do that. Overall, this series is getting better and better with each episode, and I honestly cannot wait to see episode 3. I just want to see more. I want to see more. See, this is why I don't like watching ongoing anime, because I gotta wait another week to see the next goddamn episode. Damn you all for making me review ongoing anime. I just want to watch it all. But anyway, I would love to know what you guys thought about this episode. Did you love it as much as I did? Or did you find it really boring and you didn't feel a connection between the two leads? It's like, whatever, who cares? What a cop-out to keep the mom alive. So comment below, let me know. Stay tuned, I have my Oscar video coming out later on tonight, and I will be seeing Ride Along 2 tonight as well. Video will be out on Friday, and also a special video coming out this Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, courtesy of Jennifer Rose. So until then, guys, if you'd like to see more videos on this channel and be a part of the Black Critic crew, please hit that subscribe button below, like this video if you really enjoyed it, and I'm talking about in a second, the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube.